G'day, this is Captainoob and I am currently trapped in my power armor because bugs. This is an anti-armor minigun with bullets exploding for area damage and a 15% faster reload. So I've done this weapon ages ago, back when Blade was still king, because you could still stack all of the multipliers together to achieve a very, very high damage indeed. But the balance has changed, the additives were replacing all of the multipliers, so it doesn't stack quite as well anymore. And as a result, when things got tougher, the anti-armor legendary effect kind of stepped up, because it was able to, rather than just brute force and kill everything, it was able to punch through the armor and hit them a little bit harder whilst doing slightly less damage in some cases. Now, we're not going to be comparing this directly to the bloodied fire rate Gatling plasma that I did the other day, but if the times to kill can be a little bit more comparable, then I ain't gonna say that this is a bad weapon at all, although it's a hard act to follow because I did really enjoy using the B25 Gatling plasma. I've got the prime barrel on this because I hate Scorch Beast and I do like the look of the standard barrel, so prime barrel is nice. I've also got just over 10,000 of those rounds. Just ignored those super mutants attacking my crops. They hate that I've got an adhesive farm now. I'll just replant it, it's fine. They're actually breaking down walls, so we've got all the heavy gunner perks and we've got some demo expert perks. This thing is still multiplicative, which is great. Definite must-have for a weapon like this, or any explosive weapon, either legendary explosive or launcher. Bloody mess goes on as well. We've got one gun army. This doesn't actually say, but this is like a 3% chance to stagger or cripple every bullet because we're firing an automatic weapon. But since we're hitting them twice, once with the bullet and once with the explosion, I'm going to say that's a 6% chance, which is pretty good. We've also got dodgy and action girl to avoid any damage. That includes damage that I inflict onto myself because it's going to happen. Now, if that does get bad enough, I can jump out of power armor. I've got fireproof and a dense chest piece, and what that means is I can just, explode the ground right from under me and will not take damage. But then we'll lose a bonus of stabilize here, which will give me extra accuracy and armor penetration, which obviously synergize well with the anti-armor legendary effect as well. So if anything's really tough or scary and has lots of damage resistance, I think we'll do it in power armor. Probably do all this video in power armor, but if you are blowing yourself up all the time, then it's probably a good idea to jump out and use one of your dense chest pieces. And we've gone from 36, I believe, to 63, which is okay. I think that's it. Let's start going and see how we go. Okay, welcome to Diamond City on this very rainy day where you've got like little droplets on your helmet to indicate that it's, you're out in the rain, but it also happens outside if you're in third person, so that's kind of weird. Like the lens itself, it's folding. The invisible lens is caught by the raindrops. Raindrops keep falling on my head. I don't know who that song's by, but it's a song that I heard once. Anyways, so we're doing pretty well so far. We've managed to pull a couple of bits of damage there from follow through, which I do have equipped. I didn't show off the legendary perks, but I did have I had something like, what's it called, the perk where if you die in power armor, you just got just a chance to reduce all of the damage taken, or just rather basically not die, kind of like Grit from Axton and back in Borderlands 2. So that's nice. If that happens, I've got a 20% chance to not die. But I'm not running this bloodied, and I might be by the end of this video depending on how we go, but don't have to worry about that too much right now. We're doing 86 damage with only, I believe, one level of adrenal reaction because that pops in at every 20%. So, yeah, it's pretty good. We'll keep on moving, and we can use this thing in third person if we want. And there's reason to do this, and there's reason not to do this. Generally, if you know you're going to get staggered, just stay in first person, because with rotary barrel weapons, a lot of them can still be fired whilst being staggered. So if you're in a Scorched Earth event and you see a Scorched Beast Queen lining up a big punch on you, just go in third person, hold down the trigger, and your gun will get staggered out of the way, but your bullets will kind of still go out if your gun wasn't moved at all. So probably a bug, but it's been in the game since release, so probably not a bug. You can't really tell with this game. It's like the hacker problem. If something's too good to be true, it probably is. Like the hackers in Nuclear Winter, because accusations fly. Anyone who's a little bit too good, or never mind, I'm getting off track. Let's go inside and kill more green bastards. I apologize for the audio error that we've been having through this video so far. Shadowplay kind of just reset the settings for no reason, and I didn't catch up until now, and we're already too far into this to not keep going, so I've adjusted it as such, and now we can play again, and hopefully the leveling is alright. We'll see how we go. after this clip is recorded. Anyway, so that guy's got a minigun. I think we picked up a follow-through bonus on him, which was good stuff, and we'll continue to kill what people show up. Just kidding, these people aren't people. They're monsters, abominations, and weird crocodile dogs, like Crocodog from Jak 2. And that's an old reference. Anyone played that game? Any of the mascot platformers of the PS2 era? Good stuff. Grew up on those games. That's why I like shooting stuff. Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank. Lots of violence in that. Very good for my young pre-adolescent brain to subject myself to. Hasn't changed me at all. Hasn't turned me into a fucking monster. Anyway, so we're going pretty well here, and this thing, it seems to be rubber banding the health bars a little bit sometimes. Like, it'll go really quick and then it'll stop for like a little bit of a, and then it'll keep going again. It's kind of weird. It's like I'm stacking all of these hits up and the server can't actually keep up with it, which might be like the double hit doing the thing. And maybe it's like tenderizer being weird as well. It's kind of weird. I don't know what's going on with that. I assume if I was using this like completely locally, right, with nothing in the way of server lag, it'll be working just fine. You'll see it go down as fast as you would if you've had a similar power minigun against a similar healthy dudes in Fallout 4. So, you know, there's a lot of extraneous variables that you get with these server-based games that you really don't have to worry about, which can lead to lots of bullshit. See the Broadsider, for instance, that kind of thing. No crocodogs allowed. Anyways, I think we're almost done here. You'll note how quick the reloads are. That is because A, I'm using lock and load, and also this thing's got a quicker reload. Well, nice segueing. Good job. It's fine. That's how the game's supposed to work. Alright, so I haven't blown myself up just yet. I think all of the explosive projectiles I'm throwing around is a little bit too much for the particles in this game. It's, yes, maybe the computer's throttling though, because it's warm today. Okay, let's just run right in here and we'll play D-Day against the ghouls. I'll be on the German side because I've got the guns, and apparently, okay, maybe this joke has gone too far. But yeah, pretty bad day for the Americans, that one. They didn't have a good time down in the beaches of Normandy. They pushed through it though. The Americans are a pretty tough breed when it comes to war. They kind of didn't follow it up very well at Vietnam though. I don't know what was going on there. I guess it's because they kept sending these college students in there, which would rather be learning about how gender is a social construct or something. That's what they'd be doing nowadays. Anyways, so now we can just kind of hold the line here. We can get some more Todd points as we're going along. Very nice. Plenty of numbers going around. And a little bit of a pause. We'll use that to push in a little bit. Got a quick reload on us. That guy's kind of through the wall. We'll utilize that just to hit him in the face. There's two. Ooh. Yeah, they're developing some interesting technology, these ghouls. They got to keep, you know, firstly they were, you know, sleeping, but then Bethesda nerfed to them, and then nowadays they're phasing through walls entirely, which is on another level of interesting. Look, there's one right there. Luckily his arm was out. They'll go down. Pretty much dead at the moment, but that's no reason to check out what damage we're getting with this thing, right? So we're getting 105, which is so much less than a B25 Gatling plasma, and you gotta remember that this thing is firing faster though, so the DPS would be slightly skewed better towards this one, although the per shot damage is definitely not as exciting. Now this guy over here, he's gotta go down. Hopefully getting some sort of stagger on him, blow his legs up or something. Right, that seems to have done the job, and you know what, let's keep on going. I like the weapon being slightly more efficient at lower health, and we've got emergency protocols, so we shouldn't have to worry too much about being killed ourselves. Unless it comes to the Mylar Queen, then we might have to worry about that then. Okay, welcome to my OP build. We're gonna stealth minigun some fucks up here, but we gotta get a good angle on them first. I'm gonna play by XCOM rules too. If I miss one from the entire burst, then they all die. Then they all miss. Alright, so now we're in caution. Someone's hit the alarm over here, so we're gonna see some dogs soon. Yep, they're around somewhere. I can hear them barking. There's one. And there he goes. We're back into caution now. We may as well keep pushing this advantage. You can totally get away with using follow through for shit like miniguns if you want. It's like it's a thing you can totally do, which I think is fine. Because why not give you the freedom to play however the fuck you want? That's what Fallout 4 did, and Fallout 4 plays great. They copied most of the shit from Fallout 4, made a lot of it worse, mind you, but, you know, we like that player freedom. Even the freedom to put on shit perks and lower the damage of your bit. Fuck, never mind. So we'll go around here, and we've got a fair decent whack of adrenaline now, and what I intend to do is use follow through and tenderizer again. We're still in caution from something over there. Well, not my problem now. If they want to find me, they'll find me. And he goes down before he has time to scream. Because remember, in space, no one can hear you scream. Same thing applies for the pond here. Only the difference is he needs not to scream. Yes. Okay, double XP is near. Is everyone excited for that? Everyone excited for not playing Fallout Frontier thing next week because double XP, you got to get those Todd points. Very important. And you got to stack them with lunchboxes and spend a whole big whack of money on lunchboxes and make Todd's wallet fat and his pockets filled with cash. That's what we want to see. That's what Bethesda wants to hear. They want to sell all of the lunchboxes. He goes down. Just going to continue sniping at these guys. They're aggroed by the Milux right now, but what can you do, eh? We'll scan, we'll hit some numbers, and then we'll go from there. I think most of this damage is I'm getting from splash damage, so that's why I'm only hitting them for 20. These guys were scorchified and having a little bit more of a hard time against this, but it seems rather easy to kind of resist this. Anyways, so there's the Mylurk Queen. We didn't get a follow-through bonus on her, unfortunately. Gonna try to get her a little bit. Ooh, hang on. There's something I need to stagger. Look at this King Simp trying to defend his queen. Now I'm gonna die. Just kidding, I'm doing a stim pack because fuck your damage over time. The only way to make enemies hard in this game is for them to kill you with damage over time and not have medics be a proper counter for poison anymore. That's a step back, Bethesda. I want medics to be versatile, damn it. You can only stack one chem thing, so if I've got a poison resist stick, I'm going to use it all the time. Buff medics, Bethesda, I'll kick your asses, and also fix my frame rate, would you? Okay, so I've been looking at the time, what clips we have, and it's been blazingly fast so far, which is good news, because, you know, getting this over quickly is fun, but then there's less bullshit you guys have to sit through at home. You get a decent idea of what the weapon can do without being, you know, sitting here for 5 minutes watching it beat shit. You know, it's very important to me that we actually get an effective weapon to test, so we don't make videos over 20 minutes, because I draw the line there, it's too long. And I've obviously done that a couple of times, but sometimes that's just how it works. I want your goo, please. I need that adhesive. You see, Gauss shotgun repairs these days, they aren't cheap, and I'm kind of glad that we're seeing this kind of performance now. But again, we're using a Scorched receiver here, so that's probably why. Now, Scorched Beasts have the big immune when it comes to explosions like this, so all of the damage you are seeing is from direct hits from the bullets themselves. There doesn't seem to be any secondary number popping off the damages there, unless they're on the ground, which means their hitboxes are slightly altered, I suppose. And they go down fairly quickly. Still think I got a better TTK out of a B-25 Gatling Plasma, but again, different weapons, and almost killed myself there. Oh yeah, I hate using dodgy versus Scorched Beasts because they just eat your action points. See, there they go. Burst of 3, 90% of your action points gone. No jetpacking or sprinting for me. They've got good counterplays, these guys, but they're kind of dumb, so it all balances out. Also, you can reload whenever you want. Actually, no, you have to wait until the barrel completely stops to reload. That's right. I remember that now. And you go down. You go down. One guy left. You know, I'm really glad there hasn't been any rad scorpions showing up. That'd really put a little bit of a crimp in my day. Is that what the saying goes? I've also got a couple of these longer range Scorch dudes. I've got plenty of range with this minigun, so the damage drop off probably isn't going to affect it too bad. And Stabilize will keep that grouping nice and tight to land the adequate amount of hits to kill them from this range. So yeah, you can actually get away with having decent range on a minigun if you've got yourself perked right, which is not too hard. You just gotta follow my guides or something. So there you have it, anti-armor explosive minigun. It's been a weapon. I've lacked it a little bit. Probably wouldn't use this as a daily. I'd rather use either a B or B25 Gatling plasma because, you know, the cores are easy to make and they last longer and all of that. But it's definitely not a terrible weapon. If you'd like to see this thing in your game, you're gonna have to cough up something good for trade for it. No legacies though. They're boring. Thank you very much for watching, guys.